Hi, everybody. My name is Hope Gerwin, and welcome to Hope Gerwin podcast. And this is my first episode, and I'm here with a guest. Her name is Janet. She will introduce herself. So, welcome, Janet.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Mhm.
Thank you for being here.
You're
Yes, thank
welcome.
you for accepting to be the first.
Thank you.
Yes,
It's an
yes,
honor to be the first
yes,
guest on this podcast, so I
yes.
appreciate it.
You're looking beautiful.
Thank you so much, and
Yes,
so do
you are. Oh, thank you.
you.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so today's topic is about the your first experience on traveling outside of from your own country, like your comfort zone. So I just wanna know if you have traveled before and coming to America. Um, we're in America, but I just want to know the experience of traveling outside from your country. So you can introduce yourself.
All right. Hi, my name is Janet, just like how she introduced me, and I am 22 years old. And I just moved to the US almost 4 years ago. This is like my fourth year in America. And America is the first country that I've ever been to. And yeah, so when I'm from Tanzania, so when I left Tanzania coming to America, it was my first time leaving the country. And I was so happy. I was so happy when I got this opportunity to come here. I came here as a student. I go to school and my experience um my experience was all right. Like my the whole visa process and visa application and school and everything, it was all right. It was good. It was not hard at all. Like I've heard war stories, and I'm very grateful that my
True.
process was very very smooth. And yeah, when the time came for me to come here, I just got here safely, thank God. And I was living in Texas before, so I was in Dallas for a couple days before I had to go to Odessa. It's a small city in Texas in the west, and that's where I used to go to school. So yeah, the whole process of me coming here was really smooth. Like I can't say much about it because I haven't got any challenge, thanks to God, but it was smooth, it was all right, and I'm very grateful to be one of the few people who got to experience that.
Yeah, me too. I manifested it
Okay.
coming to America. I did. Like my friend knew it. I was always speaking about it. Like I manifested it. I just believe that I'm going to America. I'm going to study abroad.
Bro, me too.
I did.
Me
And
too.
my visa process was also very, very smooth. And I was happy, happy, happy ever after. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly speaking, mine was easy. Like, yeah, because it's a different experience, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll I'll explain it later. I'll come back to you.
Okay.
So, did you have anybody here in America, like a family who come to pick you up from the airport to school? Did you news anybody before come to America?
So before I came here, I didn't know anybody except for my aunt who lives in Minnesota, Aunt Janet, which you obviously know her.
Yeah.
So when I was coming here, I was supposed to go to Minnesota to her house, cause I was here a month before the school semester started. So yeah, but when I was supposed to come here, my aunt was like, I don't think if it's gonna be a good idea for you to come to Minnesota first since you're gonna go to school in Texas. Because when you go get to immigration at the airport, they're gonna ask you like, why are you going to Minnesota while your school is in Texas? So yeah, she connected me with some of her friends who were in Dallas, and one's a pastor, Pastor Rella. He lives in Houston, but he was in Dallas, I guess, through that time. So he's the one who came and picked me up, then took me to her friend's house. Her name is Jessica. That woman, God bless her, she was very amazing. She treated me like her own for the whole time that I was at her house, and yeah. So yeah, I really didn't knew anybody else except for my aunt who was in Minnesota, and she's the one who connected me to those people. And I'm very happy and grateful that they turned out to be really, really good people. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because some people come to America, they don't know anybody, so
Yeah,
it's usually hard. I
I've heard
remember,
about that too.
I remember when I traveled. Well, when I came to America, it was my first too. Like, I've never traveled outside my country. I'm from Tanzania too, and then it was my first time going to 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 travel on an airplane. I was excited
Oh my
about it.
god, it was my first time on a plane too.
Oh my god, it was, man, it was, I was so happy. And then, but for me, I had my brother was already here, and then so that's why I say the beginning of my whole journey to America was smooth. Like God has made a way for me to smoothly, like all the way to from airport to school. Now, when I was at school, I came as a student too. When I was in school, that's it was good, but things start changing. So how about you when you were at school?
So when I was in school, I had so many expectations. I thought that it was gonna be easy for me to meet people, make friends. Like, alright, so I grew up watching Disney and Nickelodeon. So I thought that whatever was in Disney and Nickelodeon, that's what I'm gonna experience when I get here. But to be honest, it was so different. It was nothing like that. It took me forever to make friends. Like when I got there, so I used to stay at the dorms. So when I got at the dorms, I was introduced to these two Tanzanian girls. So they were the ones who I was hanging out with the most. And yeah, outside from that, oh no, on my very first class, the same day that I got to the dorms, the same day that I got to school, I had my first class. It was a psychology class, and I made one friend. Her name is Ashley. We're friends till this day. She's so amazing. I love her. And yeah, she every time that I come to class, she'll just talk to me like, "Oh my god, you're so pretty. I like your sweater. I like your hair." So that's how we got to become friends. She
Yes.
kept asking me to go have food with her at the cafeteria, and asking me to go study with her. Then we took another class together. I think it was anatomy and physiology too. We were in that class together, and yeah, she she was amazing.
Is Ashley from Tanzania?
No, Ashley's actually African American.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's African American.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
she's the best. I loved her.
That's
So
good.
that's how it was. I barely. Oh, my roommate at that time, she was Mexican. Her name was Kendra. She was really sweet too, but it was really hard for us to like communicate and hang out because we could barely relate to a lot of things. Like when you hang out with somebody and you just don't know what do I talk about. Like
Yeah.
sometimes she would come with her friend and they'll talk about their boyfriends, and at that time I had never had a boyfriend before, so like I'll just be there and like what do I say? I just sitting there awkwardly, but she was really nice. She was really cool. We also used to have a class together, so we would go to class together sometime. But yeah,
So you guys didn't click.
yeah, we didn't click, but she was a good girl.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
for
Okay.
sure.
And so another question that I will ask that um, did you like you went to like clubs like international club like try to meet other international students? Because I did like it was so hard to meet friend in a class because My God, people come with their backpack. They come in the class, and then you sit in a chair. The instructor come, and the next thing you know, you're
Class
done.
is over.
Class is over.
And you gotta leave.
You gotta leave.
You don't talk to nobody
You
in
don't
class.
talk to nobody.
Nobody talks to you.
Nobody talk to you.
Yeah.
Nobody don't even. Oh my God!
That was one of my cultural shocks too. Oh my God. Okay, I have to tell this story.
Yeah.
So,
It's the one I hear.
so I was on a learning frameworks class, right? And one of the people in that class was this girl. She used to play basketball, women basketball, because my school had a basketball team. She used to play for them, and yeah. So she was in my class. Then we used to stay at the dorms too, cause she's an athlete, so of course they stay at the dorms.
Yeah.
So when I saw her at the dorms, I was like, "Hi, how are you?" I was just like, cheered to see somebody from my class that's just also at the dorms, expecting like, okay, maybe I will be seeing more of you, and we could be friends. I was just like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" This girl straight up looked at me. She was talking to her friend. She just looked at me crazy, and her friends started laughing. I swear to God, they laughed at me. And I was like, what the heck? This is so crazy.
Did you feel embarrassing?
I did, but I just walked away. After that, I stopped, saying hi to people. Because I was like, this is weird. Like,
oh my God, it reminds me when I was coming from the class. Oh, was the first I don't know how to explain it, but when I came out from the class, like everybody, so sometimes like everybody coming out from their class too, and then you walk on the hallway, and you see them grinding their teeth at you. In a minute, it's closed, and I'm like,
what was that?
Yeah.
What?
But my cousin was there with me, so my cousin, okay, it was kind of a little different because my cousin was there with me, and it would be like, I'm asking, why she smile, and then it's not like a smile, like,
It's
and
just
then
like
me, like we discuss, and my cousin will be like, I don't understand either. So yeah, that was weird, I think.
It was weird.
But now I'm so used to it because that's how American are.
I do it too sometimes to people. Like, if you stare at me, I'll smile at you.
The only thing I still do,
that's it.
I say hi to people. I still say
Bro, I
still say hi to people, even strangers.
I don't say hi to people, but I just smile. Like,
I don't smile. I say hi. If they respond, if they don't,
okay.
then I'm okay with it.
And
but because
I
cannot do I'll call a fake smile. I cannot do their fake smile. I can't. I really can't, because my smile is so beautiful, it's so big.
So
I
real.
cannot do their fake smile. So I would rather say hi, and if they respond, I'm cool. If they don't respond, I'm
cool
okay
too.
with it. Yeah, and most of the time they do, most of the time they don't. So, well, I'll go to the next question here that I have. So did you had expectation, like before you came, you have your expectation, like you say you were Disney girl. I'm not Disney girl. We are not. We are 90s baby. Not even 90s. I'm 80 baby. We didn't do my background. I did not do Nico. What do you
Disney
say?
or Nickelodeon?
What?
Oh my God.
I did not do Disney. I went to Disney, but I never. I did not
got
do
to
Disney.
watch all of that show.
No, you so lucky.
Well,
yeah. So when you came, your expectation, did you meet your expectation?
no, I barely met any of my expectations, to be honest, because, well, yeah, like I said, I'm a Disney kid, Nickelodeon, grew up watching all of that, Thundermans, Simon Cat, Hannah Montana, like, yeah, all of that stuff. So I thought that when I was gonna come here, whatever I saw on Disney, that lifestyle, that's the one that I'm gonna have when I get here. And I was so excited, like, oh my god, I can't wait. I'm gonna go to college. We're gonna have all these locker rooms and, making friends, like on the hallway, just talking to people. It's just, school's looking beautiful. It's just, I don't know. And also, all right, I think for the audience, if y'all have watched Grownish, so Grownish is this show by Yara Shahidi and some other, Trevor Jackson and other actors.
Yeah.
It's about college life.
Mm-hmm.
So from freshman year to senior year, and before I moved to the U.S., I was watching Grownish, right? And I thought that I was gonna have that college experience when I come to the U.S. And to be honest, even people from America who go to school here, they say that they don't even have that experience. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I feel like I had very very much unrealistic expectations because I haven't talked or communicated with people who actually lived here to explain how the life is over here. So yeah, I barely met any expectations, like not at all. It was just culture shocks here and there.
Did you have a list of what you like? I had a list because I had a journey. Like I'm a diet girl, so I always write down like
Always journal.
bucket list.
Okay.
I have that bucket list from back home, and I I couldn't check nothing.
Nothing happened.
Man, did you get depressed somehow?
I did. I remember it was, I think it was 2023. Yeah, 2023. That was my second year. It was really bad. I was all alone, when I don't know nobody where I'm at. And at some point, the friends that I had, we we weren't hanging out as much anymore because yeah, we just people fall out all the time, so no
Yes.
hard feelings, but we were just not hanging out or communicating as much as we did anymore. And yeah, I barely had friends. I never got to go out like that because I didn't have a car. So it's school, it's a class. I used to work at the library, so class, library, my dorm room. Class, library, my dorm room. And I used to go to church. I had somebody who come to pick me up. Yeah, so it was mostly class, library for work, my dorm room, and church. So it was just very depressing at some point. I started getting homesick, and I was like, I was happy when I was back home in my parents' house. What is this? It was stressful. I felt like I had so much pressure on myself. And yeah, it was bad. I remember I oh my god, it was really bad. I actually was talking about this with my friend earlier today.
Yeah.
So I used to have my mattress on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and then my room was so shabby. Like my dirty clothes were just everywhere. If the way your room looks like, it says a lot about how you feel. I
True.
believe that because when I was depressed, my room was so bad, like really really bad. My mattress on the floor. In the dorm rooms, you have the
Twin size
yeah,
bed.
twin size
Yes.
bed. So it was on the floor, and my room was tiny, so there's like barely space to walk, and like everything was just so disorganized. It was really bad, and I had a crash out, one very very big crash out, and I cannot forget that day. I had to call my friend. Her name is Jessica. Jessica, wherever she is, God bless you. She was Tanzanian too. She was amazing. We used to go to the same church. So I called her and I called my pastor. And the good thing is that the church that I used to go to, my pastor was a woman, and it was easy for me to talk to her. And she was very loving. She was amazing. And actually today's her birthday. I talked to her today.
So Jessica is here in America?
Yeah, she actually lives in Washington too.
Okay.
Yeah, so I called them and I was like, guys, I just want you guys to come here, talk to me, pray for me or whatever, because this is bad. I can't do it. And yeah, she came. She used to stay at the dorms too. So when I sent that text, she came so fast. She came to my room. She prayed with me, and yeah, that made me feel I calmed down a little bit because I panicked. It was a very, very huge panic attack. So yeah, especially when you don't have your tribe over here, it can get really, really depressing. So
Did you try to call your parents?
no, I just I didn't want to call my parents because I don't. They're far away. I didn't want them to start
Stress over
worrying.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
start worrying about me and being stressed. Like, oh my god, my daughter. What's happening with her over there? Because that's
You
just
did the
one
right thing.
crash out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just one crash out. And I've been here for a very long time. So they're gonna be like, so this whole time, this is what she'll be
They
going
will
through
tell
every
you,
day,
come back home.
right?
My
Yeah.
parents did tell me. Actually, they told my brother, send our daughter back. My brother still remember till today. He's like, you guys wanted your daughter back. Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, but things get better.
yeah.
You go through things later on. You start feeling like yourself again. It took me a while, yeah, but I'm
So,
feeling so much better.
so you are suggesting
Mm-hmm.
to when people come to America
Mm-hmm.
or when people go in any country outside their country, like abroad,
Yeah.
to find a church
Find a church.
or wherever they
Find a
believes.
community.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find a church. Find a community. Go outside. Make friends. Just don't isolate yourself.
So how do you make a friend while it's so hard to engage?
I know that is a good question, but it's also hard to answer.
Yeah, because how do you make friends while their friends is so hard to engage with? How
Yeah.
do you do that?
I do not have a direct answer for that.
Mm-hmm.
But just because you don't have friends doesn't mean that you can't put yourself out there. Though I know it's really good to have companionship, somebody to talk to, somebody to hang out with. But whenever you feel like you feel a certain type of way, just try to go outside, take a walk, watch the sunset, listen to some music. Just try to change your scenery, try to change your environment. Because just being at the same place every day could be depressing. Like for me, I was at school environment. That's all that I could see. I go to eat at the cafeteria at school. I go to school at school. I leave at school. So it was the same people I see every day, same things I see every day. Yeah. The only time that I see different people is at church. But like I go to church every Sunday, so I see the same people every day. I never got to do anything. So yeah, just try to change the environment that you're in. I feel like that's also helped me even when I moved here to Washington. Like when I feel a certain type of way, I'll just leave the house, take the bus, go to downtown, take a couple walks, walk around the waterfront, watch the sunset, take the bus, go back home. That just
Relaxing
yeah,
you.
relaxes me, refreshes me, makes me feel so much better and different.
So that made me to have this question. It's not on my paper, but there's an introvert and extrovert.
Right.
So the way you explain that for some people who's introvert, the people that like to stay in, how can they manage not to get depressed while they're already the people that like to stay in the house, like to stay themselves to themselves, so they won't get that. And like, I know you suggested to go and change environment if they cannot do that.
How can they not do that? Because I'm an intro. All right, right now, if you ask me, I wouldn't call myself an introvert. But when I moved here, I was an introvert, like huge introvert. Like oh my god, my mom used to call me an island, cause I just like. Because I just like to be by myself and isolate from people. But that changed eventually. Actually, that changed when I moved. When I moved here to Washington, that changed. But I don't know. If you're an introvert, you can just go outside and do something without being bothered by people or without, having interactions. Yeah, I don't know, but for me that helped. Just move, going outside, just leave the house, get a hobby, do
Okay.
something that's gonna keep you busy. If you're always doing something, I feel like it just distracts you from your problems or like thinking that you're sad. People say that an idle mind is a workshop of the devil. So at this point, all right, we're not talk about the devil right here, but like actually yes, because the devil is the one who brings those thoughts into your mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, distract yourself from the environment that you're in.
So you pretty much say find a hobby.
Yeah, find a hobby.
Okay.
Or like
So
try different
once you
things.
get the hobby,
Mm-hmm.
it can help you out so you won't become depressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So another question that I have, what that inspired you to say I want to go study abroad, like I want to go to study in America instead of going to college in your own country?
Well, for starters, I never saw myself living in Tanzania.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll just throw that. This place is just not for me. Like, I just all I see was out there, and of course, it's America. America is somewhere. Everybody wants to come to America. Like, if it not, even if it's not living here, you might want to come visit.
Yeah.
So for me, I wanted to come live here, and I don't have reasons, but because it's just America, you
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Yeah. But like now that I'm here and like I'm grown enough and matured enough and I know the environment, I could say, oh, there is this and this and this kind of benefit for
For
me to be in America, for me to go to school here, live here, or like work here. But yeah, but if you ask me back then, because I came here when I was 19, I'll just be like, I just want to leave my parents. I don't know. I grew up with them my whole life. I'm tired of being here. I'm gonna just get out of here, go to a whole different country, and yeah,
yeah. So
start a new life.
stay away from them.
Stay away from them, of course.
To me, man, if my friend watch this now, they already know. I just wanted to go out. I wasn't sure. I wasn't specific America, but it was specific because my brother was already in America,
Okay.
but it was outside of Africa.
Okay.
Like UK, I would have been okay going to UK. I would have
Okay.
been okay going to other country apart from Africa. I don't know why, but all I know, I manifested out of Africa. I did.
Here you are.
Yes. So another question that I have. So what was your first impression like when you landed at the airport?
All right. Honestly, I wouldn't have an answer for that because when I landed, I was so sleepy. Like, I was so tired. I just got to the airport. I got there. My bags were not there. So I was kind of sad about that, but not too sad. I was too sleepy to even think about being sad. So it was like, oh my god, okay. So we went to the security and they told us that our bags, my bags, I mean, they're gonna be, mailed, not mailed, what do they call it? Delivered. Sorry. They're gonna be delivered to the house. So I left. So, and the whole ride back home, because I arrived late at night, around 10 or 11
PM.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, throughout the whole ride from the airport to where I was staying, I was asleep. When I got there, I just said hi to everybody and then we prayed, then I went to sleep. So I didn't get a chance to have any of that first impression or whatever.
Yeah.
I was just so tired. I was so tired to think about all that.
Okay.
But the next day, the next morning, I
Yeah.
think I went out with the lady that I was staying with. Her name is Jessica, with her son. So yeah, he took me out. We went to the Galleria in Dallas. We went to the museum. We went to
So while you were doing that, how did you feel?
It felt good. it felt good. I just feel like I'm in a whole different space. I was like, oh my god, okay. It's my first time being in an environment with predominantly white people or people of other races compared to where I'm from. Like, everybody's black, everybody's African. So it's like, okay, be surrounded by wazungus and all that. And yeah, and I was like, oh my god, America is so clean. Their their rods are good,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's big, it's beautiful, it's you don't see people walking just
Yeah.
however, and it's Texas, so you barely see people walking outside in Texas, and
I thought it would have been because it's hot over there. People should be walking around.
or the time that I got there, it was in December,
Okay, so it's the
so
winter time.
it was winter time, so it had to be a little bit cold,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Okay.
It was alright. Like, I never got to, oh my god, America. Oh my, no.
I did.
It was
I did. Because I arrived, okay, mine was so crazy. So I arrived at the airport, it was around noon. And I was at a MCI, and it was snowing outside. It was winter time too. It was snowing outside. So I'm looking at, like, I'm seeing this white, like you see in the movie, like Coming to America, like you see those snow, like I'm seeing the snow for the
my
first
God.
time. I'm like, then I'm trying to find where's my brother who was supposed to come pick me up. I didn't have a cell phone, so
Oh my god. How
eh,
did you have a phone?
I didn't have a cell phone.
And you were traveling?
Yeah, that was 2000. I didn't have a cell phone, okay? I had a cell phone, but I had to live back home. I had to live with somebody, that phone. I had to live with somebody. But I traveled without a phone. So, yes. So, I did. I traveled without a phone. From Amsterdam, because I have to update my brother. Man, I remember I had to go ask people with
For their phone.
Yes, I did. And that was my first time practicing English.
What did you say?
Oh my God. But I didn't, okay, I saw, there was this lady, I don't remember her name, but she was from Ghana. We met at Amsterdam, but she was going to Canada. So I just went to her, and she was an older lady. She was all nice, but she was very simple. So because she was very simple, I figured she might be frequent flyer, like frequent traveler. So I walked to her and I asked, say, excuse ma'am. I don't know if I say excuse ma'am, but I say something, and then I don't know if I say sorry. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while. But I remember I asked her, can I have your phone so I can call my brother in America, so I can let him know that I'm in Amsterdam. And she said, sure. So I called my brother, and they asked me what time you think you're gonna land, and I told him. So then here I am in America. It was Detroit where I did the
And
first
migration.
migration things.
Yeah.
So I was there. I also went and asked somebody for a phone to tell my brother, I'm in America now. I'm in America, I'm in Detroit. Okay, we were about to leave soon. Da, 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 da. Okay, then when now I went to Kansas. I already went to the luggage. It was easy. I took my luggage. I pulled my luggage. I was looking for where's my brother now. All I want is to see
Your brother.
my brother. Man, because I couldn't, like, it's been a while since I see him. All I wanted to see him. And then I couldn't find him. And then I start saying, what's gonna happen? Then I went to ask this. They were a couple. Now, for the first time in my life, I went to speak because I couldn't see anybody who's my color.
Oh my god.
So everybody that I see, they were Caucasian. Okay, I'll be nice. They were Caucasian. So I had to go walk to this old guy, and with his wife. They were old. I figure I'm safe
With
with the
older
older
people.
people.
Yes.
Then I went, and then they were nice. They was, oh, they were very nice. They even told me, if your brother is not coming pick you up, we'll take you with us. I'm like, no, I'm gonna go to school. And they say, yeah, we'll take you to school. I was like, my school is, I think it's 2 hours from away from here. They say, yeah, we will take you there. I was like, okay, can I just call my brother? And they say, sure. And then I call my brother, and then his phone, I think it was dead, or I don't know.
Oh my
He couldn't pick
god.
up. Then they say, okay, they were nice. They say, we'll wait with you. Like, I turn around. Oh my God.
You see your brother.
I saw my brother. I ran for the first time. I ran and I jumped on him, and he was so happy to see me. I felt happy. Then with he thanked the guys, like the couple, and then they were thankful, and they say, oh yeah, we could take her with us, and they joked. I did not know how to joke, but they joked, and then they left, and it was nice like that. Yeah, yeah. So that was my experience, and I was happy, really happy. Actually, I was very very happy to see my brother, and yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next question. So did you what? How was your expression when you first eat American food? Like when you eat the food here in America?
American food. Actually, I was very, very excited to try American food.
Okay.
I don't remember what is the first thing that I had, but it was the food from the cafeteria,
Okay.
from my school. So I think it was alright. I think cause I was excited to try different cuisines, and yeah, the food, like, if at my school, the breakfast, it was always so good. They always made us good breakfast, some eggs, hash browns, the sausages, uh I yeah, just a whole buffet. It was nice. But I remember my first time going to McDonald's. I didn't know what to order. Because I don't know. Actually, it was not McDonald's. It was Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A drive-through. So we go to this Chick-fil-A drive-through, and the lady that I was staying with, she was like, "Oh, so what do you want?" So I don't know Chick-fil-A. I don't know what to have at Chick-fil-A. So I was like, and when you order something at the Chick-fil-A drive-through, you don't see the menu because you're at the line, and the people just come to you, and you
Yes.
gotta know what you want, and I don't know what I want. So she just got me a chicken sandwich. So I just think that was very hilarious that I didn't know what I
What do you
want.
want? Yeah.
And yeah, when I went to McDonald's, I didn't know what I want either. I just looked up the menu, and it was just burgers and fries and stuff, and I was like, I want that. I didn't even know what that was, but it just looked good.
Yeah.
And and yeah, and I ordered my McDonald's, and I really really liked it, and yeah,
Okay.
it was, yeah. For the food, I never got to have challenges on food or thinking like the food is nasty, because the food that was made at my school, it was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cause like my experience with the food at school was because I only ate at school one time, as far as I remember, because I was living with a host family. Like
Okay.
my brother had it all.
Everything sorted out for you.
Yes.
That's good. You got
So
lucky.
very very I
You got lucky for
like
sure.
I was, man. My people, so many people say I was spoiled, but I did not see that I was spoiled till now. When I look back and I say, wow, my brother did spoil me. Like when I hear other people, when I see other people how they come to America, how they
The things that they
struggle.
go through.
Yes, like in the beginning, how hard it is in the beginning. But my brother had a whole foundation for me. Man, bless you, my brother. And he made it easy for me. That's all I can say. I'm sure if I sit down with him, it wasn't easy on him, but it's always good when you have somebody there
There
for you.
That's
It's
good.
always good. So the experience with the food from my side is, uh, it was hard. It's I can't explain, but it was hard. The days that I was always enjoying the food, this couple that I was living with them, I still talk to them till today. They are wonderful, wonderful people. Nancy and Derry. They when Dale used to make pasta, he make pasta from scratch. He has the machine and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he makes them from scratch. He start whatever it is, like the machine and pull up
Yeah, I've
everything.
seen how they make
Yeah,
the
yeah,
pasta.
he
That's really
was, and
cool.
then he will make the lasagna from scratch. So all the days, and when they have make pasta, it was my favorite day. And every Friday they go out. Like we go out to eat outside, like to eat in a restaurant.
Oh, that's
Every
cool.
Friday, man, I couldn't wait for
For
Friday.
Friday.
I couldn't wait for Friday because they were making this rice, like a brown rice, and I'm still not used to it. Till today, I'm not used to brown rice. I can't. But
Brown
I
rice.
didn't want them to feel bad, so I was eating it with water,
Oh, so
like
you
a
just
spoon,
swallow it.
water. But when they have, I think they figured out. I really think they knew. I really do. They knew that this girl liked pasta. I really think they knew. And sometimes they were trying to make Tanzanian food. They will Google the recipe. And that time, the recipe was you have to print it out. It's not like now you watch on YouTube. There were no YouTube.
Really?
Yes, back
Wait,
then.
how far?
Man,
What is back then? 'Cause what? No YouTube.
there were no YouTube. So they were Googling, I don't know how they were finding the recipe, but they print it out. And they'll say, we're making pilau. But it will come like
Wow.
pilaf. Yeah, there were no YouTube. Yes, because this couple, they also spoil me. Because we used to travel with them. Like on a holiday, I travel with them. That's is way back there. Even there were no GPS.
Damn.
Yes, they
Where-
were
where
printing
is
out
that?
the paper.
Wait, so if you're gonna go somewhere, you're gonna print a paper and
Yes.
just follow.
Follow
I'll
that paper.
I'll be
Oh,
lost.
they had a big, huge map. They were using that big, huge map or the paper. Like the paper said, turn right, turn left.
That's,
It's like right now on a GPS, you can put direction and print it out.
Yeah.
So it wasn't printed out. There were no GPS.
wow.
My God, I've been in America so long.
I know. I'm like, what? I don't even know that GPS never existed.
No, it wasn't.
Or
it wasn't.
YouTube. That is shocking. YouTube.
Yes, I'm pretty.
YouTube has been around.
How long? When did YouTube started?
I don't know, but I think
No,
it's been around.
Maybe they were not looking at YouTube, but there were no YouTube.
Maybe it's
I
because
need
they
to
were
find out
old.
when
They
they-
were old, right?
But not that old. They were teachers.
Wow.
They should know there was YouTube somewhere somehow. I think I have to find out when YouTube started. Yes.
For real.
So that
'Cause what?
because I want to know how old was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question: what could you, if you could go back on a time, what could you do different?
Back in time from when?
Like when you starting planning coming to America, and what could you do different? Like the whole process to America to school, what could you do different to where you are right now? Like if you have to start all over.
Good question. I think something that I would have done different. Wow. I would try to not make so many excuses for myself, because sometimes, when things happen and I feel like I'm overwhelmed and I'm like, oh, but I'm here by myself, I'm taking care of myself, this is so hard, and there's people who are out there having people taking care of them, So I feel like I always made excuses for myself, which some excuses were valid, but sometimes if you are at that realization that you only got yourself, then that's where you have to pick yourself up and work harder and do harder so that you can make things easier for yourself later on. So I just kept making these excuses for myself, and yeah, that's the biggest thing that I can think of right now.
Okay.
Making excuses, and yeah, I would say friends, but yeah, there's a point where I had bad friends,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I could have. Well, I was smart enough to like cut them off later on, but I think that's just a common event. Like everybody goes through that.
Okay.
So yeah.
And one another. I have two more questions.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what do you wish you knew before you came to America? If you have one wish that you really wish you knew before you came to America, what would be it?
I wish I knew that my expectations were just unrealistic. But, I never talked about my expectations like that. But, yeah, I wish I knew that. And I also wish that. What else do I wish that I had known before coming here? Yeah, I wish just I had somebody to explain to me the reality of how things here. But also, that would have been hard for me to understand because, even my parents or my friends who live back home, when you try to explain to them how things are not like how they see it in the movies, it's hard for them to believe. Like, you have to experience it for you to understand. So, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you you just trying to say what I hear is like you trying to tell people what they see in the movie is not reality.
It is not reality. It is not reality at all. Like, dead
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's a jungle up here.
ass.
I tell my family America is not for the weak.
It is not.
But I believe it's not just America.
Mm-hmm.
Any country somebody go that is not where you from, it's
Mm-hmm.
not gonna be
It's not gonna be. Yeah,
easy. It's you're gonna have to be strong. It's not for the weak.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. If you have to say you've been here, you say 4 years, what do you reward yourself? Like, who at least I will. Yeah, what do you reward yourself?
What do I reward myself?
Yes, like you've been here 4 years and you went up and down with all the challenge. Your expectation was not met, and you got depression. You overcome it. What do you reward yourself?
That's hard. How do I reward myself? By not being too hard on myself. Not putting so much pressure on myself. By living life and enjoy every moment. Embrace every step. Everybody has a bigger goal. Everybody has a dream. But throughout that journey to getting to where you want to be happy. Just, I don't know. Don't focus on grinding. You grind while you enjoy. Go
Mm-hmm.
outside, have fun. I like going to.
Eat.
Well, I'm not gonna say eat, but
Sorry,
yeah,
I cross over. Cross over.
I like going out to eat. So
Yeah, yeah.
so of course, people tell you to like, oh, every money that you make, save, 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 paying for your bills. I mean, yeah, that's important too, but have fun. like for me right now, if you ask me, my priority is just to enjoy, have fun, and be happy. And everything else is just gonna come after. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. I don't want to, be so hard on myself with everything, work, school, life. It is important. Yeah, it is important, of course, to be ambitious, to know what you want, but as you work on your ambitions, you gotta enjoy life.
Enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the journey.
Yes.
Right. So there's this saying my cousin used to say. It's in Swahili. What they used to say. There's this saying they used to say back home. It's in Swahili, like uh uh kunywa. Wait. I'm trying to remember. Uh, something kuja something like majuto ni mjukuu. No, it wasn't majuto ni mjukuu, like ni kama vile you did, ni kama vile umekula starehe.
Mchumia juani.
No.
Okay.
Something like umekula starehe afu unajuta. Like
I don't think I know that.
I try to remember. Like it's something umekula starehe and then unakuja unajuta. So my cousin used to say, hakuna kujuta.
Your cousin is smart.
Yeah. Unakula starehe, hakuna kujuta, unakumbukia. Yani you remember, you enjoy it.
Then you don't regret.
And you don't regret.
You just look back and
just
be like,
look back
I had
and
fun.
remember it.
Yeah,
like,
remember.
Look, okay. And
I had a good time.
I had a good time, but no, like, I regret I did that.
Yeah.
No. You just remember that, okay, if it's like you learn the lesson, wherever it is, you just remember. You don't regret.
You don't regret. That's true.
So I don't quite. If I get that, I will let you guys know what is it in Swahili, but it's something to do with you remember. Yeah, like unajutia what you did, or like
happened.
like instead of enjoy that moment and don't regret, just embrace the moment. Yeah. So one last question. What is the final word of the wisdom? I want you to give a final word of wisdom to the audience out there and me. Yes, what is the final word of wisdom you want to give?
Word of wisdom. I'll just say, in everything that you do, pray, read your Bible. I mean, everybody has different beliefs. I mean, whoever you're watching this, just pray, believe in God, because something that I always like to tell myself and tell other people who believe in God have hope. So even if you feel like you're stuck and you have all these doubts and everything is just overwhelming you, the last person, even if it's the last person, but yeah, when you have nothing and you're like, okay, I can't do this anymore, your only hope is God. And the fact that you even have that hope, like you're hopeful for something, that is something right there. So people who don't believe in God, they don't have hope. If whatever happens to them, they go through the trenches, they just die in the trenches. But if you, just that hope, just having hope, and your hope.
I am hope. I am.
I mean, just the fact that you've got hope, that right there, it's something.
You got me.
Yeah, I swear to God, it is something. I mean, you might be broke, lost your job, you're not doing well in school, things are not going well with your family, any challenges, but as long as you have hope is just, I don't know. I mean, I'm saying that because I have been in a situation where I was like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. But I, I just could look up to God. I'm like, as long as God is alive, as long as God exists, I know that at a certain point, this is all gonna come to an end. So always believe in God. Pray, yeah, pray, go to church, yeah. That's what I'll say.
Okay. I want to say thank you for watching this. I hope you watch till the end. And please share, like, and subscribe.
Yes. More videos are coming.
More coming. More coming. You're going to love it.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
Yes.